Hello, Steve White, Steve White 39. Well, I did a video a little while ago saying the knives were out for Wonder Woman, and the knives are still out for Wonder Woman. There's a lot of mixed reviews, a lot of mixed messages, a lot of misinformation, and what I just saw recently that really annoys me is people are saying that she's lost her certified fresh status at Rotten Tomatoes. Now, Rotten Tomatoes doesn't mean a whole lot, really. People still try to use it as a real measure, but there's a whole bunch of videos to be made there, and they've already been made by other people who do it better than me, but I've done mine as well. But she hasn't. I'm sitting here looking at it right now. Her current tomato meter for the critics is 65%, and the audience score is 73%. Now, the audience score and the critic score have both dropped since the film opened. That was higher before. But fresh begins at 60, so she's well in 60. She's well over 60, so she's well in the fresh realm. So saying that she's lost her fresh certification is just a lie. So I'm really disappointed in Clownfish Media. I had to watch the start of their video twice. I'm glad they did the spoilers thing, because I only watched it the first minute or so, and then I turned it off when they said, spoilers coming, turn it off. But I had to listen to the first part again twice. I'm like, no, they're claiming that I think they said she was at 67 when they did the video, and they were claiming that was not fresh and that she'd lost her fresh score. And I'm like, she hasn't. What are you talking about? Like, this is like some Trump supporter level gaslighting here. It's like, no, it's at 67, but she's lost her certified score when she hasn't. What the hell? So I had a look, and it's kind of interesting how many people are turning on it, how many people aren't. Like the usual suspects, most of the usual suspects have all gone, they've gotten the memo that it's Orange Man bad, so we have to hate this film, we have to trash this film, regardless of if it's good or not, or if it's actually Orange Man bad or not, we still have to trash it. That's the order we've been given, so they're all doing that. So Hill versus Babyface, Mecha Random, who are the other ones who are trashing it? Clownfish is trashing it. A bunch of people are trashing it and saying that it's Orange Man bad, and then other people are saying it's not. Now, surprisingly, Mr. H is apparently saying it's not Orange Man bad. I didn't watch his review, but I got the sense from a few things I heard that he was sort of, I don't think he loved it, but it wasn't Orange Man bad. He was actually telling the truth with that. So I was like kind of surprised, because of my brief dealings with him, he wasn't very honest about things. And Matt Jarvo from God, what was his show? I stopped watching it after a while because I discovered he was full of shit. And apparently he has a bad reputation, bad relationship with the Fandom Menace people from something he did a few years ago, which I only heard about after the fact. But Mundane Matt, or Matt Jarvo, whatever his name is, he's saying it's trash. Other people are saying it's trash, and other people are loving it. So there seems to be a divide, and it seems to be political. If you're a Trump supporter, you hate it. If you're not a Trump supporter, you'll give it a chance. If you actively hate Trump, you'll love it. So it's very sad to see these sort of situations exist where people are so blinded by their politics that they can't actually see a film. They're watching it, they're not actually seeing the film that's on the screen. They're seeing like their political version of it. And it's just really warped. It's like religion. People see what their religion dictates and tells them they can see, not what's actually in front of them in any given situation when they're zealots. And that's what these people are. And it's really sad. Now, I haven't seen the film, unfortunately, so I can't give any definitive declarations about anything. I have to go on what I've read and seen from other people, because here in Australia, we were doing really well. Melbourne was 50 plus days of zero coronavirus. Sydney was pretty much the same. And then they had an outbreak, and then everyone rushed out of Sydney before the quarantines dropped down. The borders closed so they could go visit their families at Christmas, and there isn't enough time to see if any of those people spread it. So I couldn't risk it. I had a ticket last night, and up until about the middle of the day, there were no other people in the screening, which was scary, because I'm looking at all the sessions. I went through every single one over the 25th and the 26th, on the 25th and the 26th, and some cinemas only had 5 or 6 people in it, some 10, some 20. The last time I checked, the biggest was 63, and then one was 57 and one was 47. Mine for the longest time only had me in it because it was the last one of the day. But eventually someone bought, a couple bought tickets a couple of rows behind me, and I was like, I'm not. When I thought there was going to be no one in the cinema, I thought, oh my God, I can go. Because I was going to go before when we were at 0. And then when we had these unsure sort of situation, I sort of thought, I can't risk it. I'm going to have to at least wait a week and maybe buy another ticket and see it if we haven't had any spread of COVID from Sydney to Melbourne. But then there's no one else in the session. I can go as long as I can get into the actual building without interacting with anyone and get my ticket scanned without getting near anyone. I should be able to see the film. Yay! I was like, yeah, excited. And then some people bought tickets. And then I looked at the about 10 minutes after the film started, and there was another like 4 or 6 people who'd bought tickets. So yeah, there's no way I could have gone and had like zero risk in that situation. So I didn't see it, and it just about killed me because it was my only thing I had to look forward to this year. Was Wonder Woman 1984. I loved the original Wonder Woman, and I didn't love the first film. I loved Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, but I didn't like the film itself because it was in the grim, miserable Nazi era setting, which they always start Wonder Woman things off in because that's when I think a comic started or whatever. They always feel like they have to deal with that backwards history story, which, I mean, I wanted Wonder Woman present, current day. And then they jumped to 80s and like, well, that's good enough. So I got really excited, and then it was delayed, and will it go to HBO Max, will it not? Then they're doing both, and they didn't give Australia a streaming option. The whole point of this whole part of the conversation, sorry I waffled on, was that we didn't get a streaming option because we were COVID safe, so we didn't need one, we got to go to the cinema. And then we had an outbreak, and I'm like, this has been in the news for a week and a half, how can you people not have put it onto, there's a streaming site in Australia that deals with HBO content. They didn't put it on there because they didn't need to, because we were 0, but they didn't update it, so we still don't have it, so I can't watch the film. Now in a week or so, if the film's still showing and there's no spread from Sydney, and I can get a session where there's no one else in it, which looks kind of likely, unfortunately, I might go and see it. But until then, I'll probably have to wait until it's released on to buy digital or DVD Blu-ray. So I don't actually know if the film is good. All I know is there is a political divide because... And you got to blame Patty Jenkins and Pedro Pascal because regardless of what the themes or content of the film are, they came out and did the political marketing. Patty Jenkins said, oh yes, I based it on Trump, the villain's based on Trump, and Pedro said, yes, I played the villain as Trump, basically. So of course, half of the country went, it's Orange Man bad, we must denounce this film, we must trash it no matter what, no matter who, where, when, why, it has to be declared bad, evil, wrong, because that's just the way they roll. You're for them or against them, and Wonder Woman is against Orange Man. So, boom, half the country has wiped, she's gone. What they were thinking doing that, I don't know. I mean, if that was their intention, I guess better to be honest, so Trump supporters don't go to the film and, throw things through the screen. But, yeah, so they made the mistake that Birds of Prey did, and Terminator Dark Fate, which was making a political film and then marketing it as a political film. Some people didn't make political films, but then they marketed it as political films and still suffered the backlash. Like Captain Marvel wasn't particularly feminazi or anything. It was like just an average sci-fi superhero film, but they marketed it as this uber feminazi gender politics thing, and a lot of people turned on it, and the film didn't actually deserve it. It wasn't that bad, the film itself, but the marketing and the way Brie Larson presented herself and the things she said kind of caused all the problems, not the film, the actual content, not the film itself. So why they keep doing this political marketing when they know half the country's totally divided? They automatically lose half their audience. They may get half, and the idea is, well, we're going to get the other half. Well, the other half, unfortunately, never really cared about superhero films and never really liked Wonder Woman. The feminists and all that, they never really respected Wonder Woman because they saw her as a sexualized, so therefore she couldn't be respected or some I'm not up on my feminist literature on Wonder Woman. I've sort of seen a few articles here and there and thought, excuse me? Are you disrespecting Linda Carter? I'm sorry, no. I just could not listen to any of them because she was amazing, she was brilliant, she's wonderful, she's Wonder Woman, she's a goddess, literally, and they just need to shut the F up. So I did mean to actually look into that a bit because I'm like, how can they hate this? I mean, just, God, that whole ball of politics there is just a mess. But yeah, so the film didn't do well in China. It had a soft opening. It doesn't seem to be doing that well internationally. Now, I think it's a combination of Trump syndrome and also just the marketing. All the images I've seen are Wonder Woman in the golden suit with these extreme colourful backgrounds and just plain white writing, and it just doesn't say Wonder Woman. When I think of Wonder Woman, that's not what I see. I see her in the classic outfit, American colours, red, white, blue, maybe some gold, just fun. And all I see out of this is just sort of dark but bright, and the gold suit. And I didn't even know Wonder Woman wore a gold suit. How many other normies or fans just of the series and some of the later comics would even know this and see that, identify that and recognise that as Wonder Woman? Now, I know some Wonder Woman fans will be looking at me like, why are you even talking? You can't be a Wonder Woman fan. You know about the golden suit or what the hell ever. I still don't even know what the hell it is. I just know she wears it in the film. So I think between marketing and the trumpets, and of course COVID, because America is on fire, the UK is on fire, a lot of places are shut down, the cinemas aren't even open. They may have supposed to have been open when they decided to put them in the film in the cinema a few weeks ago, a few months ago, but a lot of them are closed. So the film never had a chance. Between the marketing and COVID, it never had a chance. The only good thing is, when it does come up with a bad box office, we can always blame it on a bunch of factors, and she may still get a third film because people can point and say, well, if it wasn't for COVID, so she might still get a third film. I want a third film. I want a Wonder Woman trilogy. She deserves a trilogy at least. I mean, I want a current day film. So she went from her origins to the 80s, which is when she was the coolest, I think, and now we need a final contemporary one, and I hope we get it. If we just get it on HBO Max and the production's still pretty high, I'll be fine with that. I just hope it gets made. Both Patty and Gal have said we need a break. We have to go off and do some other projects, but we do want to come back and make a third film. So I'm hoping they get it. But I'm worried about Wonder Woman. She's being attacked by all these people, and she can't really defend herself against like trumpets and bad reviews because, she could use the golden lasso on them. That would help, because then have to tell the truth. But she can't lasso them all. There's too many of them. So yes, the trolls are beating Diana, but I think in the end she'll prevail because people will watch the film and see it for what it is later on. But right now in the box office, I think she's going to not do very well. But she could be a pot boiler. She could just see she's one of the only films. She could last a while and still make the money in the long term. If people are not sure up front, they may go later. Or if they're not sure about COVID, they may go later. So it'll be interesting to watch over the next month or so what happens. But I just had to make this video because I wanted to say she's fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. All the people are saying she's lost her fresh status are liars, and they're trying to gaslight people. And I don't see the point. All you have to do is look at the website, and there it is. It's so stupid. So here's my little video, bit like just to say, hey, that's bullshit. This is true, and my thumbnail is going to be the actual score, and I'm going to go because I'm feeling a bit hoarse. So yeah, feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Maybe even ding the little bell. Give me a late Christmas present. See ya. Bye.